I used to think that there was no reason for me to need a supplement. Why would I need it? I'm putting food in my body, I'm drinking water, I'm training. Like, what more could I possibly do? But I was mistaken, and I'm gonna tell you guys why. The really sad truth is our food is not giving us enough essential vitamins. Chemical agriculture has depleted, destroyed, and polluted our soil and water supply. If the minerals are not in our soil, they're not in our food. And if our waters are mineral depleted and polluted, and the companies that are producing the food are not practicing crop rotation and composting is not practiced, then our food is in a very sorry state to begin with. And it took me a while to realize that, and it took me even longer to figure out, okay, I actually have to get myself on a supplement. But the big problem being, how do I go about finding one that is going to be worthy of what I ask of my body? Like, basically in a sea of mediocrity, how do I find something that I can trust? But fortunately for you guys, I've done a lot of research and I've found Primitive Scientific, a company that I really believe in, that has third-party research backing, which is so important to me, and is gonna live up to what your body needs as an executive or an athlete. The first thing that I wanna say, I want you guys to recognize, is every company is gonna say their product is great. And it's up to us, the consumers, to find people who are outside these companies who can give us the truth. Especially in the case of supplements, we need somebody who is a specialist in the field and can provide independent analysis, research, recommendations. And after some research, I've found somebody who does just that, somebody who is recognized as elite in their field. But before we talk about him, I want to give you an extra reason, in case the one at the opening of this episode wasn't enough for you, an extra reason why it is important to consider taking additional supplements outside of your food, outside of your water. At this particular moment in time, unlike many from the past, we live a very indoor, sedentary, high-stress environment lifestyle, and it's putting a lot of additional demands on our body, and that increases the need for numerous vitamins and minerals that are going to help us offset the toxic byproducts of stress hormones. Now, the gentleman I found who specializes in the field of nutrition supplements, his name, I'm just going to read it out here, is Alex J Swanson. I'm actually going to have a link in the description below where you can go and look at all his research about supplements, about things you can put in your body, how you can get the absolute best. But just a little bit about him. He is the founder of Nutrition Genome and is the creator of a software called Genitrition. He is a second-generation nutritionist and co-owner of Swanson Health Center, a private family clinic nutritional practice that has been in business for over 40 years. He is also the creator of a popular blog where you guys can look down below called The Health Beat. He has a post-pac in nutrition sciences from Bass University in Washington State, an MS Applied Nutrition and Business Entrepreneurship from Northern University, and certified, oh my gosh, just in so many things here, from Stanford University. So it sounds like this guy knows what he's talking about. I actually got his name referred to me from somebody else who specializes in this field. And when I started doing my research and looking into, okay, what continually is the company that is going to give me what my body needs as an athlete, and now also as an entrepreneur with this channel and all the work I'm doing outside my training. Like, very often I get up at 8 a.m. I do my first workout. I come in, I film in here, and then I go and edit, and then I get back to training, and then I go and teach, and then I come back at the end of the day to more YouTube stuff, online work. It's like go, go, go. What can I put in my body that is going to help? And I don't want to spend money on garbage. And I know you guys don't either. So it was actually Primitive Scientific that came up #1 on the list time and time again. And Alex actually said something which really summed up this company for me. He said Primitive Scientific has proven to be a company willing to go the extra mile for the highest quality ingredients and intelligently sourced and dosed blends. And he goes on to say that Primitive focuses on full spectrum extracts, concentrates, and fermented ingredients, and prioritizes the correct forms of all vitamins and minerals for those looking for dosages found in food. And I think that's where many of us kind of lose our place or our understanding of supplements. We just go, oh, okay, let's look at the bottle. Oh, the bottle has this and this and this, all sounds good. Ah, it must be good. And there are actually dosages and there are chemists, I guess, for lack of a better term, that actually can find what our body really needs and the combination of ingredients and vitamins and minerals that are gonna suit us best. Now, why was I particularly drawn to this multivitamin right here? The main thing that really popped out to me when I started researching it was it's designed for people who are already taking care of their health, who are already going the extra mile. And of course, something like this is gonna help everybody, but it will really go that extra mile for the people who are elite athletes or high functioning executives. That's why when I really went, ooh, that's one that really speaks to me. And very often as it goes on the channel, when I find a company, whether it's supplements, whether it's a really good jockstrap or a good mouthguard, I reach out to them and I go, wow, I'm really impressed with the quality of your guys' work and I'd like to know more about you. Give me a little bit of information about you, and if I like it, I'll share it with everybody on the channel. So these guys got back to me and they said some of the things that they are really proud of as a small company. And I think that's the big difference here. It's a small company, not a big one, and that gives them a little bit more ability to really want to look out for the customer. But their notes to me were, we are personally investing in the company. It's not a bunch of external people who are just throwing money in and trying to make a dollar. These guys really, really believe in it. They said they're more like a family than a company. Trust for them is number one. They went on to say that they take their products and so do their families. They said they choose wild and organic ingredients where possible. And you have to keep in mind that it's not always possible, I suppose, but whenever they can, they get the best, the cleanest. And the big part they have down here for me, which was really important, was they use a manufacturer that is NSF certified. And I'll probably same as you, I don't really understand what that means, but it sounds kind of cool. But the next part is the part that really went, oh, yes. It goes, they are audited by a third party on behalf of regarding safety regulations, operating procedures, processing, and testing. So they have somebody else who's a neutral party who comes in, and they're making sure that things like heavy metals and pesticides are crazy low. Like not gonna be gone 100%, but crazy, crazy low compared to everything else you're gonna be taking. And the fact that they are willing to bring in third-party testers like Alex, who launched PhytoVest certified in 2024. Actually, let's talk about that for a second. PhytoVest third-party certification is the only certification that considers formulation efficacy and stringent purity standards beyond organic, NSF, and non-GMO requirements. Primitive Scientific multivitamins and electrolyte products are all certified. This just goes to show me that the team at Primitive Scientific are willing to go above and beyond for us, the consumers. Now, our neutral party, Alex, has gone to sort of explain why this is really important to take these things. He says, whether you're pushing yourself physically or mentally past the limit, you need the raw materials to maintain a sustained effort for the long haul. The body's reserves can only maintain a high level of performance for so long before being exhausted, before injuries, poor recovery, accelerated aging, all these other health issues can hit. And I can guarantee you guys that in the past when I was not taking supplements, that would definitely hit me hard. The injuries were piling up, the fatigue was just like all the time, constant, getting out of bed in the morning, just being like, oh my gosh, how am I gonna get through this workout? It was all there. And now that I've started taking this supplement and taking care of myself with the minerals and vitamins that I need, I get up in the morning and I'm feeling strong and fresh. And keep in mind, this is me at the very end of my 30s. Like I'm coming up on 39, and you would think, oh, when you were 28, you should have been bouncing up and getting out of bed, but it's flipped around, it's turned. And the only big reason that I can think is taking stuff like this, healthy, clean supplements. And Alex goes on to say that when you're choosing the best multivitamin for your efforts, a cheap and poorly designed product is not going to do it. And this goes on to say, even a higher quality standard multivitamin designed for the general public may not be enough. This is why there are specific categories for the best multivitamin. So he goes through this list here, and he has, okay, this is the best multivitamin, and then this is the best multivitamin for the executives and the athletes. But interestingly, Primitive Scientific on his list came up on top of both. The only difference is there's one here for adults and seniors, it's 2 times a day, whereas the other multivitamin is 4 capsules a day. The essential one. This is for the people out there who are not thinking, okay, I have to go above and beyond, I'm not pushing my body all the way. That is when we have the whole food multivitamin for men. And of course they have one for females as well. But it seems to me that Primitive Scientific is just going above and beyond. And it's being recognized by third-party testers, experts in the field, people who are looking for what is the #1 supplement that I can recommend to everybody out there. Now, it's probably very hard nowadays to know, like, what am I deficient in? What does my body need? But Alex goes through and tells us the greatest deficiencies seen in athletes that can also be used as a baseline for executives include vitamin D3, vitamin E, vitamin C, B6, folate, B12, magnesium, and in women, iron. These are the greatest deficiencies that you're going to see. And then he talks about what you should be looking for in a multivitamin for athletes and executives. You want the extracts and or the concentrates to be more stable and effective at lower doses. And this list goes on for what you should have. But again, down in the description, I have the link where you can go and check all of this out for yourself. Avoiding, what should you avoid in multivitamins? Fillers. That's in many, many supplements. Too much fiber, sugar, poor forms of minerals, poor forms of vitamins, contamination, heavy metals. You just get a little overwhelmed when you start looking online, or maybe you walk into your local supplement store and you have somebody behind the counter who you think knows what they're talking about, but really they're not an expert. They're not going to be somebody like Alex who has all sorts of post-secondary education, has his own clinic, like goes above and beyond to help the public out. It's just very difficult. And basically, like my title for this episode, there is a sea of mediocrity out there. And we know that. We know that in everything we buy. But how do you go about getting the good stuff? Well, that's why I'm here for you guys today. And I really hope you guys appreciate this episode. And as always, when I find a company that I like, a company I believe in, a company which I am going to use in my day-to-day life, I like to share with you guys, and I like to give you a promo code so that you can save some money, take care of your body, save some cash. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you guys and make sure that you are doing the best job you can taking care of yourself in the gym and outside of the gym. So I'm going to throw a link down below and you can head over to Primitive Scientific and you can get all the same supplements which I am taking right now. And as I said, there will be a discount code so you can save yourself some cash. So that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you learned something, and I hope you're willing to go above and beyond to take care of your health. As always, guys, train hard, and I will see you back here soon for another video.